What would you do if you found something incredible? I was just walking along the beach and noticed a strange glow in the sand. This thing was clearly not from our world. The wind blew some sand away. Under it, there was something metallic and bright. This capsule was very beautiful. It looked like tiny metal glasses. What is this strange capsule? Suddenly, crabs appeared from nowhere. They surrounded this thing. It was like they wanted to protect the capsule. The capsule started pulsing with neon light. The crabs even got a little scared, and I became curious. I could not resist and decided to take it in my hands. It was warm. Finally, I could start the experiment. Inside, it felt like a heart was beating. The capsule was about to open. I became even more curious. I understood that I needed to take it home quickly. I needed a safe place. So, I started moving fast. I quickly ran into the house and closed the door behind me. Everything had to be ready for the experiment. Luckily, I had an old empty terrarium, the perfect place to start my work. I carefully placed the capsule on the sand. Now, I just had to wait. Waiting was the hardest part. The cracks were getting bigger. Light steam came out of it. Now the interesting part was starting. Suddenly, the capsule opened with a pop. The light blinded me for a second, but what was inside shocked me. The smoke disappeared, and I could not believe my eyes. It was a real tiny minion. I was in shock. He clumsily climbed out of his shell and fell onto the sand. He was such a clumsy little guy, and so cute. For him, my room looked like a whole universe. He looked around everywhere. Everything was interesting for him. Suddenly, he looked directly at me and happily waved his hand. It was like he was thinking about something. He started running around the terrarium, collecting little stones and branches. It looked like he was preparing for something. A whole cloud of dust rose up. He was building something very fast. When the dust settled, I saw a real mini base. I was sure he was a genius. He jumped with joy, proud of his new home. It looked like even he did not expect such a plan to work. But suddenly his little stomach growled. The baby was hungry. He looked at me in such a cute way. If he was going to live with me, I had to feed him. Then I started looking for food. I opened the refrigerator. What do mini minions eat? I did not know. Of course. The answer was right on the table. Bananas! How did I not think about that earlier? I cut a tiny piece, perfect for his size. I placed it on a small plate made from a bottle cap. I carefully put the food into his terrarium so he could eat and be happy.
Bananas! Banana! Oh, banana!
His eyes lit up with excitement. He could not believe his happiness. Banana! He squeaked and ran to the food. He ate it in 1 second. A truly wild appetite. It looked like he had a sugar explosion. He was full of energy. The energy went into work. He started building a real banana factory inside the terrarium. I was shocked. In just a few minutes, he built a whole factory. It was incredible. He was so smart, maybe even a genius. He worked like a real professional, pressing buttons, levers. Perfect little banana candies moved along the conveyor.
Initiating process.
Suddenly, small portals opened, and other minions came out of them. Watching this was very interesting. They stood in line to get their portion of sweets. The customers were very happy. The business was successful. He was a real business minion.
Banana!
But in the dark corner of the terrarium, someone was watching them. He looked scary. It was an evil purple minion. He looked like a monster. He watched their success and clearly felt jealous. He wanted their secret. Villain took out blueprints. He was planning a big attack. He was very jealous. In the darkness, a terrible work began. Sparks were flying everywhere. It looked like he was preparing to destroy them.
Now to build it! Yes, it's working! Soon, the world...
Suddenly, all the sand in the terrarium started shaking. It was like an earthquake. The minions in the factory froze in fear. Something was coming. A huge metal claw crashed down on the ground. It was a giant battle robot, controlled by the purple villain. The machine made a terrible metal roar and released steam. The small customers ran away in panic, but our hero did not move. He was ready to protect his home. The robot destroyed part of the beautiful factory with one hit.
Oh my goodness, what happened? Move!
The minion shouted and attacked with his wrench, but he bounced off the thick armor like a rubber ball. The villain only laughed from his cabin. The robot pointed a huge cannon at him. Something inside started glowing. A shot rang out,
I've got you now!
and a huge stream of sticky purple slime flew right at him. The hero was completely trapped in the thick slime. The giant leg was ready for the final strike. It looked like the end. But suddenly, a secret safe opened among the ruins of the factory. A bright light shined from inside. It was the legendary Golden Super Banana. With his last strength, the minion pulled his hand out of the slime and grabbed it. He took a bite. Then, an incredible flash happened. The purple slime exploded into pieces from the powerful energy. From the smoke appeared a completely new, incredibly strong and glowing super minion. Even the huge robot stepped back in fear. The super minion jumped high into the air. He raised his shining fist for a powerful strike. A strong shockwave spread across the whole terrarium. The evil robot exploded into 1,000,000 tiny pieces. The villain escaped with a small umbrella, shaking his fist. We will meet again. Our hero landed gracefully on the sand.
Amazing! Banana power!
The battle was won. The banana energy ended, and he quickly returned to his normal size with a funny sound.
Banana?
He sneezed cutely. It seemed this day took all his strength. I carefully picked up the brave little guy. He needed rest. I made a cozy bed for him from an old matchbox and a soft napkin. I covered him carefully so he would stay warm. He smiled in his sleep. Maybe he was dreaming about endless mountains of bananas. Good night, my little yellow friend. Tomorrow will be a new day.